go, baby.
Hello, nasty.
Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 368 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay, and with me is Mark and the Doc. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right.
All
Good.
right.
I wanted to start off by bringing some good news.
Okay.
So I thought it was kind of cool because the Black Lives Matter movement has been going. I guess basically I feel like our country is like kind of screwed up, right? So anyway, the tech in Texas. I thought this was a positive. I don't know if you guys heard about this. It was a little bit controversial, but the Texas when they do the curriculum for what high school students will learn there, just because of apparently they have a lot of power, and whatever they decide ends up going to like a bunch of other states also. And so they added this. Tell me what you think of this.
Okay.
They added this to the curriculum. They said that they want all their students to learn the history of white supremacy, including but not limited to the institutions of slavery, eugenics movement, and the Ku Klux Klan, and the ways in which it is morally wrong.
Wait. Texas wants people to learn this?
Yeah, they added that. I think it's a bit controversial, but they added that.
Okay.
What do you guys think of that? So they added basically. This is what it says here. They've added this. They've added the high school curriculum to include the history of white supremacy, including but not limited to the institutions of slavery, the eugenics movement, and the Ku Klux Klan, and the ways in which that is morally wrong.
Okay. So
Sounds
far,
like a good thing.
Yeah, I don't
to
see a problem.
Know
so
about
far.
it.
So we all agree it's like a good thing with some good news.
Yeah.
Should be.
Oh, sorry. Wait, sorry, I was reading that wrong. So they took that passage away. They're no longer teaching that. That was in. They got rid of it. Sorry, my bad.
Well, that makes sense when you said Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I had a feeling there was a catch to that.
Yeah. So they actually used to teach that, and the Ku Klux Klan being morally wrong is no longer being taught.
But if you think about it, when we went to school, we didn't learn stuff like that either. So it's surprising that they were teaching it in the first place.
You didn't learn that slavery was wrong? And
No, but
I guess they didn't talk that much about whites.
Yeah, they said okay, slavery, but then they kind of just brushed past it. Like it wasn't really like we did this. It was, I don't know. It was kind of like, not really a focus of emphasis.
Yeah, it was like they were, but then they got freed. Yay!
Yeah, I kind of my understanding of slavery was slavery ended, and this right around the Civil War, and then everything was fine with those black people. It was all good from there. No problem since.
I mean, as a student, it never really was taught in a way where I'm like, oh man, I can't believe we did this and stuff like that. It was,
Wasn't it kind of taught in a way that it was almost like a natural disaster? Like an earthquake happened and we had no control over it. The slavery thing just happened.
Yeah.
And we were all like, oh my God, I can't believe slavery's going on. We're all against it, but it's going on.
Yeah, it's just the way things are.
Just the way things are back then. But it was just a thing that happened. It was a phenomenon. But we got rid of it as fast as we could.
But also, it was like this magical thing. Once slavery ended, everything was normal. No, that's not true at all. It was even worse after slavery ended for a while.
We had this thing called Reconstruction. Oh, what was that? Did they build stuff? The South got better. I don't know. The blacks were free.
I remember them kind of talking about it, but it wasn't it was just kind of glossed over mostly.
We really never got past. I mean, and also generally in history, after World War II, history stopped.
Right.
At least for me.
Yeah.
There was no what about the Korea War? What about Vietnam? Shit never happened. It's too controversial. We're not going to talk about it.
The civil rights movement and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, we never got there, so I'm still waiting to see what happened with that.
I think they played Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire," and that was the whole that part of it.
Honestly, if there was a class that involved just explaining the entire song,
I'd be
down.
One of my teachers actually did that, to be fair, and it was kind of cool.
It's kind of awesome, actually, when you go through everything that he mentions.
Yeah. I mean, you could spend years talking about all the stuff in that song.
Doc, so it makes sense though. You went to school in Long Island. You grew up in Long Island. So
right.
They're like, okay, history classes. We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, we didn't start the fire. Somebody started the fire. It wasn't us.
The economics is the entertainer. We're gonna teach the entertainer based on economics.
Yeah, Piano Man.
Yeah, everything's just based on Billy Joel's song. And the Dare program is just the song Captain Jack.
Oh, speaking of Texas, did you hear about the thing where the Democrats had to they left the state so they wouldn't have to vote on the voting rights?
Yeah, so
bill?
they have a voting rights bill, and to get quorum, you need a certain number of people. So the only way the Democrats could defeat this, because they don't have enough votes, is to run from the state.
The funniest part is basically the governor basically threatened to arrest them as soon as they came back or something. It's
Do you know they also caught COVID?
Some of them did, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, good. Acting like children. They all crammed into one plane with no masks on, too.
Yeah. No, I don't know. What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Do their
You've
job.
literally, as a Democrat in Texas, you have no power, so you might as well just leave.
Yeah.
I guess. You don't have to go on a plane. Just go home.
No, they would arrest you. If you're in the state, they'll just come arrest you.
Okay.
The whole thing is stupid.
I feel like that's a good look for them.
That's the way you're supposed to stop something. That's dumb.
I don't know, but what's their alternative?
Well, now they can't
No,
go back to the
I'm not
state.
saying it's the system that makes
The system itself is stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway.
So, speaking of stupid,
Mm-hmm.
so my wife has encouraged me to go to doctors more.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of driving me a little crazy.
You were like,
Well, you're here, so
I have my medical. You want to hear my latest medical update?
you were like, speaking
sure.
of stupid, and then you're like, my wife, and I was like, oh, Mark.
No. My wife's amazing. But she has been encouraging me to go to doctors because she's concerned about my health, which is admirable, and I totally understand it. But and we have Doc on the show, so he can talk about it all. I can talk to Doc about it. Doc, do you mind giving me a physical over?
Yeah,
over
you're crazy.
Zoom?
It's all in your head.
So I went for my physical, and so Jay, do you regularly go to the doctor for your annual physical?
No. The last time I went to a physical, he's kind of looking at me. I remember back when they used to do an actual physical. Now he's just like, oh, your heart's beating, you're breathing. I think you're gonna live. And that's the physical. Maybe I'm just going to the wrong doctor, but I feel like it was more thorough back in the day.
Jay's like, I wanted the goddamn hand job. Put your hand in my pants. Check for the.
I mean, I'm not a fan of that, but it's good to know.
A prostate exam.
It's good to get a second opinion on if that the boys.
I was thinking hernia, but I think we're a little. Are we still? I think we're still a little young for prostate, right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're never too young for lumps, I think.
Yeah.
Lump.
Doctors don't really do that for regular, checkups. I mean, they should do the basic heart and lungs and stuff like that. But
They've been fucking with me all these years. They're like, give me your balls, son. Okay, I assume this is normal.
You're supposed to check with your mouth.
And I assume, Doc, you go for you get yourself checked out annually.
No, not really.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
I mean,
Doctors are notoriously bad.
Okay. So
I mean, I guess the good
I-
thing about being a doctor is you can just see yourself.
Yeah.
I can tell my heart's beating. I know exactly when it stops.
I mean, most of stuff that we need for young people are blood tests and things like that. So I could just get that stuff done.
My wife was like, you need a baseline. She's like, 'cause I never go. And she's like, you just need a baseline so you know when something's wrong. And also you're goddamn 42 at this point. You got to get in better health.
So you played running with the devil. So
Yeah.
it's a great baseline.
So are you playing Running? Are you going to play the song?
I'm just saying it's a great baseline. That's all.
I didn't know what that meant.
I didn't get that either. Yeah.
Mark just comes into the room and does the intro to Run with the Devil. Ta-da.
So anyway, so the last time actually I'd been there, it was 2 years ago. I had pneumonia. I was in the hospital. This doctor was there, and I ended up making him my doctor because he came to see me in the hospital.
How the hell did you get pneumonia?
I don't know. But I was not feeling too well. I was in the hospital for 2 nights. Anyway, so I saw this doctor afterwards, and I guess he did blood work then and did a bunch of tests then. And this is my first time going since then. And so he made some comments. He's like, it looks like you gained a bunch of weight. And I was like, well, last time I had pneumonia, so I wasn't eating. She's like, oh, okay then.
And then there was a pandemic in the middle.
Yeah. But it's so anyway, they called me with my blood test. I did they called me with the blood test, and it was like his nurse practitioner or something. It wasn't actually him. And my wife, I was in the car. My wife's in the car, so she's listening also. And she's like, well, you have elevated phosphate levels, but we'll get you rechecked for that. And I was like, fine, I'm not gonna do that, but okay. And then she's like, your iron levels. When last time we checked you, your iron levels were 220, and this time your iron levels are 16. I was like, come again? She's like, yeah. So last time it was 220, and this time it's 16. You've had a severe drop in iron. I was like, I think something is wrong with your test. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, last time I was there, I had pneumonia, and so I was not doing well. So whatever happened, she's like, no, last time according to our results from last time, you looked healthier then. Like, I don't fucking think I was healthier then. I had fucking pneumonia. And she's like, let me just check if you have any symptoms. Are you having any severe bleeding? I'm like, I would have mentioned that when I was in your office if I had severe bleeding. And she's like, okay, are you sure you're not bleeding? I'm not bleeding.
Wait, wouldn't the doctor be able to visibly see if you have severe bleeding?
Doc, tell me.
Okay, so there's a lot of things wrong with this. First of all, the iron levels in the blood, they use a different test called ferritin. That's like your iron stores. That's more accurate test. So I don't know when they said your iron was low, but they probably might have meant the serum iron, which is very variable depending on proteins in your blood. So we usually check the ferritin, which I don't know if she meant that test, but
she didn't really explain what the 16.
Yeah, I know. She might not have explained it to you, but if that's low, that would be weird. And if you're iron deficient, that could be a sign that you're losing blood.
And then she's like, "Are you your stomach? Are you in stomach pain? No. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not having stomach pain? I'm fine."
The other problem is they check a hemoglobin when they do the other tests, so they could have just seen if your blood count was low as well. So.
Yeah, I don't know. And then she's like,
I think it sounds like they just tested your iron, which is that's usually test the ferritin, which is much more accurate in terms of.
Doc, you want to be my new doctor?
I think I should be. I don't think this person knows what they're doing.
She's like, and she's a nurse practitioner. She's like, okay, we're gonna send you for another test, and we might need a stool sample.
And so, what was the other test? The blood test that they sent you for?
No, the other one was they have elevated phosphate. So they said that they suggested another blood test in a month or two, which I haven't done yet. And then this thing was to go. I guess they said that they want me to do a breathing test and take a stool sample, which I said to my wife, I'm like, great, now I have to shit in a bucket. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't like going to doctors.
Every time we do an episode, you're in worse shape.
I don't think they're. Where are you going?
I don't fucking know. I was like, I don't like this doctor. Can we not? This doctor?
Yeah, you should.
I'm fine.
You should switch doctors. I don't agree. I agree that doesn't sound right.
My wife's just like, well, I don't want you to die. You have to just go forward. You can go to another doctor, but you have to follow through with this stuff. I'm like, well, I really have
my parents have this problem too, because I don't want to treat my parents because it's not a good idea. So I send them they go to local doctors, and the stuff they do, I'm just like, this is insane. Like I'm just gonna I just end up giving up for them going to other people because it.
I feel like every time we go to a doctor, they recommend extra things. And I understand the idea of being precautious and trying to rule stuff out. But I remember once I had to get a checkup. The guy's like, there's something on your heart. I'm going to send you to my friend who's a pulmonologist. We're going to run about $10,000 to $15,000 worth of tests, and then you'll be fine.
Hey, Mark, I'm serious. If you have a copy of your labs, I'll look at it and I'll tell you what you need.
Oh, I might actually get a copy.
Yeah,
and send it to you.
Just send it to me.
Yeah. A lot of doctors now are kind of
ridiculous.
Well, they just refer all their friends.
And the nurse practitioner thing, there are definitely some ones that I don't think they really understand. They just kind of reflexively do things based on numbers and.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm totally fine, and you're trying to tell me that I have something severe. She's like, well, you could be asymptomatic. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I used to go to a doctor, and every time I went, she'd give me 5 or 6 referrals for something at some other place, and I just stopped going. I'm like, you're clearly just trying to make money. Like, I understand it's a business, but like, I'm not going to go to like 6 different doctors just so you can make some extra money.
I mean, for someone like in the 30s or 40s to have that many referrals is kind of.
I don't know. I'm also falling apart. I went for a skin test. They did a couple biopsies, and so they had something on my leg. They're like, basically the diagnosis was we cannot rule out that you could have melanoma 0. And I was like, can't rule out. Doesn't sound and definitive at all. And I went back to I had to go for a second opinion, and the second opinion is like, well, this could be nothing, but we might just cut it out anyway. Which I guess is precaution. I'm like, if I never even noticed this, then it would be nothing. But now that you noticed it, it's like something.
Andrew's saying the tide has turned.
I'm falling apart.
Jay's life is getting better, and Mark's life is getting worse.
My air conditioning broke also in our house.
You definitely got the black cloud, and
I know the black cloud's here. I'm like, and my wife, I'm like, I'm totally fine. Yeah, but the doctors, I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to do this.
I'm not taking it back either, by the way.
Doc, can I interest you in a black cloud?
Stupid shit. I mean, I stupid shit happens too. Like, so I was telling you I had shit with my car. So I guess, your car gets hit with rocks when you're like on highways a lot every now and then. Yeah. So, normally it's like your windshield, and then, if it's big enough, you can get it replaced. It's part of your insurance. So the rock didn't hit my windshield, apparently. It hit above my windshield, which is apparently another glass thing that this car happens to have between.
Above the glass windshield?
Yeah, so my windshield, I guess above it, whatever the frame is, it's got like, it must be cosmetic, but like it's got a glass. I didn't realize it was glass, but I guess it's just the design of the car.
Yeah.
To make it like, look the same.
What kind of car?
It's an Audi. It's a 4-door. So I think it's like to match the sunroof and stuff. I don't know. I actually don't know why there's glass there. There shouldn't be.
just to have something expensive.
So this is the problem with that. So apparently this rock, and like I kind of remember getting hit with a rock, and I'm like, I looked at the windshield and it looked fine. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that was a loud sound, but whatever. But I think what happened is like a little crack happened that I didn't notice, and then it got bigger. So then eventually, I think it was like shatterproof, so it like ended up going through the whole thing.
Oh, shit.
So like it was cracked, but it, nothing like it was in place. You just notice it if you get closer. But the thing I did notice is I was in the middle of a drive, and like my sunroof started making noise, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was just like creaking and stuff. And I'm like, so like today I've been just trying to figure out what's going on. The sunroof is fine, but I guess because of this glass piece, when I'm driving, like it's making noise because it keeps pushing against this broken glass thing.
Oh, and so I'm sure when you go get an estimate, they'll be like,
yeah,
well, the actual estimate's actually more than the actual car.
Well, like windshields are easy. Like you just tell your insurance company, and like if it needs to be replaced, I've had that happen. That's fine. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with this thing because it's probably a lot more expensive. Like, and I wouldn't even like it. Wouldn't. It's not a big deal. It doesn't look that bad, so I would just leave it. But it's making my sunroof make noise, and it's like really annoying. Like, so. But I finally got it. Like I put something in between, and it totally stopped the noise. So I guess
was it duct tape? Was that what you put in between?
Just like a little felt thing. But it like it was so easy. But I like.
Doc's gonna be on like a date. Some girl's gonna be in his car, and she'll be like, "Oh, I like your Audi. This is a nice car, man. It's like, why is there a felt thing? Don't pull the felt. Why is it making a noise? My car's broken. Shit.
I mean, I'm gonna have to get it fixed. Like it's a newer car, so. But I just wanted to stop making noise. Like it was so annoying.
Anthony said he remembers his friend first time he did the stool sample. He actually put the container on top of the doctor's counter like it was his phone. He literally took a shit. I was like, bro, it's a sample, not the shit.
How do you take a sample shit? Like am I gonna have to save it? Doc, do I shit in the morning? Do I have to take a shit in the morning, then like drive it there?
Yeah, I guess you.
Man, that's what are you holding? That smells like what is that? It's food. I have smelly food. Don't look.
Yeah.
So, you were saying the other episode that you wanted to see what I've sold on eBay.
Yes. So Jay has become a master salesman on eBay, and he soon will start a job teaching a class on sales on eBay. Right, Jay? Is that your new profession?
Yeah, new profession.
Shouldn't that be your profession? You're good at it. Okay, tell us. Okay, go on with your bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what it is, and you guys try and guess how much it sold for.
Okay.
That's a good
Jason.
guess.
Yeah. Jason
One
sold a
do-
bunch of stuff.
$1.
Okay.
All right. So, do you remember the muscle figures from the 80s?
Yeah. Oh, like the action figures?
What do you mean muscle
Yeah,
figures?
yeah. They were action figures. You can Google it real quick. It's muscle, MUSCLE, but put a dot between each letter. There was an NES game based on it.
So
Yeah.
Jay, who's into the most obscure music, was also into obscure toys growing up.
Yeah, muscles. You don't remember?
I don't remember muscle. What a random like everyone's playing with G.I. Joe and Jay's like, got my muscles, gonna play with my muscles. No
I vaguely
Transformers for me, I'm
remember
playing
it,
with
but
muscles.
I don't think they were like super popular.
I mean,
Were they all sold to you?
I mean, it was popular enough to have a game based on it.
Okay.
Anyway, I sold 11 of them.
Okay, are they actual? How big are they?
They're like 1 inch tall. Actually,
One.
Oh, so they're like little things.
Oh,
they're
they're
not
tiny.
like.
yeah. So, can you see that?
Oh, I remember these.
Oh, I know what you're talking. You should have
Yeah.
described this better.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes,
they're
I
like,
know what you're talking about now, and I remember having these.
They're like little pink toys. They were like 1 inch tall.
Jay's like, we don't have muscle boys. I had like little muscle boys.
Mark went from Jay's really weird, and he had these two. Oh, I have those too.
Yeah, you just didn't describe it well.
So I had 11 of 11.
I think I had them too. Actually, now that I think about it.
I had 11 blue ones.
Okay.
So,
Blue.
so,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Blue.
Yeah, they started
So
coming.
even something that we understood, Jay got the obscure one.
Later they started coming out with them in all different colors.
What? I have a question. Why did you keep all this stuff? I mean, it's smart, I guess, but like,
To make a lot of money.
Doc, do you understand that? Like, you could be doing what you're doing now. You became a doctor. You're very successful, or you could have just not opened your Nintendo Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, it sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No. It sold for $1.5 million.
Oh, no,
unopened Super Mario 64. That's all
I
you would
think-
have do. Would have to buy that and just not open it.
I think I heard about a different one that sold for like 128,000, which was still like a lot of money.
Holy shit. Jay, do you have an unopened Muscle Boy video game?
I don't.
Yeah, I think it was an NES game. That's well, I guess it didn't beat the.
Yeah, it was an NES game. They made it into like a wrestling game.
No, I'm sure like every one of these games, like you probably have, if you had the original Sonic the Hedgehog basically unopened, or the original Super Mario unopened, I bet it would be like, be able to retire.
So Andrew's guessing $11 for all 11.
Okay, all 11, I'm going to say, you sold all 11 together or separate?
Yeah.
Okay, $40.
75.
Correct answer is $30.
Oh, Mark was closer.
Okay,
I guess we both went over.
that wasn't that exciting. Go on, Jay.
I mean, not all these are going to be crazy money. It's just
Jason.
Well, I mean, 75 is not crazy, but it's I guess more than what the.
Jay's like, so I sold a nickel and got 5 cents for it.
I don't think that's worth keeping for this many years.
yeah. Well,
You really didn't cash in there.
I mean, it's $30.
They're not listing your story next to the story about the Super Mario.
I guess they are pretty tiny though. I guess they don't take up that much space.
Andrew said Price is Right rules. He wins.
Oh, it's the right price without going over, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so both of us lose.
Yeah, we lost.
But I don't want anyone to. We shouldn't be bidding $1 to try to win. Whoever's closest.
Okay. So there was Marvel trading cards. So the third series, there was hologram cards, a set of all 5 holograms.
Only 5 cards.
Yeah, 5 hologram cards.
Who were the characters?
It was Hulk, Venom, Ghost Rider.
And what year was this?
1992.
I'm gonna say this is kind of a worthless thing, but like $100.
How many cards?
5 hologram cards.
Yeah, I'm gonna say $100. I'm saying this is worth way more than it should be.
$40.
And the answer? You should have music with like when we play the answer.
The answer, Andrew says 50. The answer
Okay.
is $53.
Oh wow, Andrew's
Wow.
on. He's,
Not bad, not bad.
does he have like access to your site? He
Probably.
All right. PlayStation 2,
Okay.
3 games. Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4. They're a horror game.
just the games.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it's the game. It's the full. It's got the case. It's got the instruction booklet. 3
Not
games.
original, like not unopened.
Opened.
I'm gonna say
But,
$25.
Great condition though.
Okay, all 3 of them together or separate?
Yeah, all 3 of them together. The reason I sold it is because they came out with like a remastered version on PlayStation 4. So I was like, I don't need them on PlayStation 2. I can just get a digital version.
Were you gonna open up PlayStation 2 and play it?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like you were like, I no longer need this. It was a crutch. I don't need it anymore.
I've always wanted to play the games, and I never have.
I
But
mean,
Wait, you had it, you never played it?
I didn't get it until 2 years ago. So I had a coworker who
Why
was,
were you buying PlayStation 2 games?
I had a
Watch
coworker
it.
who was getting rid of their PlayStation 2 games, and they gave them to me, like a whole stack of them.
okay,
Okay, but why didn't you play it in 2 years?
I was busy.
because it's PlayStation 2.
Oh, yeah, that's,
But I've always wanted to play this, but I only got it 2 years ago. I want to play it, but you know what? Finally, I can get rid of that.
Isn't PlayStation 2 like the graphics on that is like hard to like
it's
It's not,
and
like,
some of
easy
the
to
camera
play.
work is pretty
because
bad.
it's
too.
like when they tried to make 3D but it wasn't good. Like Nintendo is okay because it's still like looks all right.
Doc, can you role play with me?
I also
Can you be Cat? I'm gonna be Jay. Hey Cat, guess what? I can finally sell the Silent Hill Part 2, 3, and 4. I can finally move on from that. Cat, are you excited?
I actually did start playing one of them, but it's tank controls, and I really can't. I can't play a game with tank controls.
For the laymen who just have no idea what you're talking about.
And
what does
me.
Tank,
So
what
so
does tank control mean?
okay. So
Why did you assume we know what that meant?
so when you're
What kind of crap is that? Jay's is like, tank controls. I know Mark and Doc know, of course.
Is this a
knows
video
tank
game? Wait,
controls.
is this a video game podcast?
So when you're controlling a normal game, you hold up and you kind of tap left and right, and you're still walking straight, but like, you can move to the left and right while you're walking straight. Tank controls, you hold up, but if you want to like go to the right, you have to stop, turn to the right, and then hit up again to go forward. So you can't do both at the same time. So it's kind of like you're going up, then you turn.
It's like PlayStation 2 was less sophisticated.
No, some games were just like that. Like the original Resident Evils, like not all the games did that. It's just some games.
Yeah.
It was like a developer decision.
Jay, could you create a video game review site where it's just called tank controls or not? And every game you're like, tank controls, not tank controls.
Thumbs
tank
down.
controls.
By the way, we have a debate in the chat room whether it's NES or NES, but it's NES, Nintendo Entertainment System.
How do you know from reading the chat that they're saying NES?
Don't worry about it. It's under control. I'll man the chat room. I don't even.
that seems like an odd
Hey, how do you type that out?
If you
So
really want to know, they're putting dashes between NES and then putting it together. So
Okay, maybe they mean niece. How do you know they don't mean niece, Jay?
because they're not retarded. So Andrew says $50. Anthony says $100.
Oh, are we? What do we?
Silent
What is
Hill
it?
2, 3, and
Oh,
4.
Silent Hill. By the way, why don't you have Silent Hill 1?
I wasn't given Silent Hill 1. Also, that
Because my understanding, I was looking Silent Hill 1 in kind of poor condition, one for $1.2 million. But I'm sure yours would have.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering
say
if Silent Hill 1 might be
$25.
PlayStation 1.
Okay, $37, Jay.
37. What'd you say, Doc?
25.
25. Okay. So the answer is $245.
What the fuck?
Now that's ridiculous.
Holy shit! How the fuck did that go for?
It's
Was that so? So let me ask you a question. Is this like bidding? Did people like keep bidding to this price?
Yeah, is it bidding or are you just saying the price?
I had it for bidding, but then I had like a buy it now price.
What was your buy? Your buy now price was $245.
No, I had my buy it now was like, I don't know, 99, and they bid like way past it.
Holy
Wait,
shit!
so they just didn't click to buy it now, like, and they just kept bidding?
Yeah.
I thought you just said you can get this game in another form, also.
Yeah, you can.
But those people just don't know that yet?
I don't know.
Why do they need these games so badly?
I don't know. I was happy to.
I mean, it's good for you.
That's really good. That's
fucking
amazing.
Jay, this is the first one that's actually interesting.
Yeah, the other ones I was like, whatever.
Jay's like, I sold a Mark McGuire rookie card for $12. It's amazing. That's pretty awesome.
Anthony's asking if there's a Ness character. Yes,
There is.
Yeah, he's
In like Street Fighter, right? Well, I mean, he's from other stuff, but
no, he was in Smash Brothers.
I mean, sorry, Smash Brothers. That's what.
But he came from a series called Earthbound, but Earthbound was only in Japan for the first game.
Do you want to, Jay? You guys want to hear the deal I got recently? This was a positive.
Okay.
I'll tell you real quick.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, I got a phone call about a cruise. That's it. I then got asked if I wanted to join a class action. Sure. But about this dreaded phone call, this dreaded telemarketing call I got.
I think I was part of that.
So I don't know if you were or not. You'd be excited if you were. I got a check last year for $200.
Oh, $200, really?
Yeah.
Not
you know what's
bad
even
at all.
better? I got a check this year for $500.
What?
For being part of this goddamn class action.
Wow.
I guess I was really hurt by this phone call that
I thought it was like $2 or something.
There always are. They're always like, it's always like, hey, we're sorry about do you want to join this class action for
No,
not having...
I think I got that email too, and I put in my phone number, and I was part of it. I might have just forgotten about it.
Oh, they sent me a check. Like I've now got $700 from them. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's insane. Because I feel like most class actions are like,
you get like $2.
yeah, they're like, sorry, we forgot to put brakes in your Toyota. Here's $1.50.
Yeah.
This is like the least harm possible. You got like a telemarketing call, and they're like, there, we're gonna like fucking make it rain for you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, you didn't fall for the cruise thing, but yet you still got money.
I didn't do anything. It's not like I went on a cruise that was like, it was just like I got a phone call.
That's funny that
I put my number in.
People that just got called get money, like not like the ones that got scammed, actually.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's some kind of like rule if they violated with this telemarketing call. But and I guess most people were like, and another dumb. They probably had a very
That's funny because I remember that email and I put my phone number in and they said I was part of it, but then I totally forgot about it. I have no idea. Like, I don't know if I'm still part of it or not.
I didn't really do much else. I did exactly that, entered my address and got checks. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
For a living, actually, all I want to do now is just get telemarketing calls and have checks roll in. What do you do for a living? I'm harmed by telemarketing calls, just about cruises. It's just they really hurt me, and I get.
All right. I got something to do after this podcast.
Yeah.
See if I can make $700.
Jay, do you have another one?
Yeah. So, the set of 5 hologram cards from the third series. I also had the set of 5 from the first series of Marvel cards.
Oh, okay. So you had you had series 3, and now you have series 1. Same.
Yeah.
So they were releasing 5 cards a year?
No. They had the whole set of like, say, 150 cards, and then they'd have 5 special hologram cards.
Ah.
So I sold the sets of cards separately from the hologram cards.
Is the set going to come up here in this bidding, or can you tell us what the set was?
I can do the set next. Yeah.
Okay. So the series 1, the other one went for like $35. What was it?
The series 3 went for $53.
Oh. Okay. $70.
$125.
Ooh.
Well, I figured it's the earlier. Series,
Oh,
right?
could be.
Anthony says 80. Andrew says 85. Anthony's still Googling NES or NES. So
did you keep these up? By the way, you had these cards. Did you keep them in like a plastic
yeah, like the baseball
case?
cards.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like you got these good things for a long time. Like I've thrown out most of my stuff. Doc, you have all this stuff?
No, I mean, I think I think they're all. My parents might have it in storage, but it's probably all.
What happened is once I realized I was moving, I'm like, I don't want to move all this shit. So I just started throwing everything on eBay. So Anthony says,
It's just like, cat, I need to move my little muscle guys.
I still have.
Where are we gonna keep my muscle guys in the new place?
I still have a lot of them actually.
They're gonna be next to the bed staring at you.
Yeah, we can't. I don't think we have enough room for the furniture for the new place. But I gotta keep my hologram cards. I want to display them.
Jay, you know how Kat has like her religious stuff? You should put it right next to that.
You're into this religious stuff. I'm into muscle guys.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, really.
Wait, you have so many more.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I gotta sell those.
Why does that take up space in your apartment? Why did you keep them?
I didn't,
When you found out you could exchange those for currency, why did you keep the rest of them?
You know, that's Jay's unemployment plan.
Yeah. I mean, there's still stuff on eBay. I didn't.
They're
sell
worth
those.
$30 now. In a couple decades, they might be up to 45.
Anyway, Anthony says 150 for the hologram cards.
Jay, what was the reason for keeping those?
I didn't list everything. It takes time to list everything, so I didn't list.
But you
everything.
listed 11. Why don't you list like all 35?
Well, I have to separate the colors, and then I have to look up which number.
Separate the colors?
Yeah.
There was blue on one side. And there was regular muscle color and then blue. They were already separated.
No. Well,
How much organization just say box of muscle guys?
And then I have to look up
I
which.
think I'm gonna have to go with Mark on this
I
one.
have to look up which muscles they are. There's each one is associated with a number.
This seems a little.
Oh
this seems
my
a bit
God.
ridiculous.
Just like box of muscle guys, $50. There you go. Next time, Kat's like, "Oh, I want to go out to dinner." Jay's like, "I don't know if we can afford to go out to dinner." She's like, "Sell your fucking muscle guys."
Anyway, the 100.
And you keep, by the way.
150.
Oh,
Whoa.
all right. Someone's looking this up. How did someone got 150? Huh?
Anthony nailed it.
Oh. Did you say 150 exactly?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
good job, Anthony. Wow. So, Jay,
This is
do
rigged.
you have other hologram guys you kept?
I'm getting closer.
I'm down to 2, and they're both on eBay right now. They just haven't sold yet.
Okay. So you see, I see you're sitting at your desk right now, right?
Yeah.
That's the desk that you would be like, when you start working, you'll work out of that desk, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you want to keep close to where you're working your muscle guys.
It's because I'm
They
listing.
were right under the desk. Why are they there?
Because I'm listing. I didn't just have purple and pink. I had red and blue, and I had to.
Well, no
separate.
one thought you just had purple and pink. I mean,
Oh
that
my
would
God.
be crazy.
Like,
yeah.
we know you're better than that.
I had a goddamn rainbow.
Okay, so
We didn't think you were one of these guys that only had 2 colors.
Yeah, no, we know, Jay. We know you have all the colors.
I know you're multicolor.
I am not a 2-color guy.
Do you, Jay, when you're playing with them, and I know you play with them, do you ever just hum to yourself, "I see your true colors"? There.
Jay, when you go to work, do you think about them?
Sometimes
Do you take one with you, like as a good luck charm, anywhere you go?
I do. So
Like if the doctor comes back and I'm like really sick, and you visit me in the hospital, will you give me a muscle guy?
no,
That's fucked up.
I know. I mean,
maybe you can have a purple one.
that could make the difference between him like losing all his blood and iron.
Jay, can you do me a favor? Can I ask you to list something on there
Sure.
on eBay?
Yeah.
Can you list your toe hair? Just cut it out. Just say freshly cut toe hair and see what you get.
That's like the cold plastic bag. Did you hear about this?
What was the cold plastic bag?
So when me and Jay were roomies,
So-
so I did stupid things. So I took like I took food or like a carton of milk in a plastic bag, and then I like used the carton of milk and I left the plastic bag in the fridge. So Jay listed it on eBay.
I took a picture of the bag in the fridge. And
That's pretty funny.
I put it on eBay as cold plastic bag, and I was like, "It's cold, it's plastic, and it's a bag." And then in parentheses it says, "May not be cold once it gets to you." Yeah, I put it
Did
on
it
eBay.
did it sell?
It didn't.
No,
It didn't.
sadly,
That's pretty funny though.
no one wanted it.
How much do you think? So if Jay follows through with this and puts his toe hair on there, how much do you think he'll sell for?
I mean, I would imagine nothing.
I'm saying you could put the buy now price at $12 and get $12 for your toe hair.
Wait, are you interested?
I'm interested. You put it on there, I might buy now.
Okay, so that was the holograms. Now it's the actual card set. All 160 cards from season 1 of Marvel.
Season 1, okay.
Yeah, 1990.
19 what?
1990 Marvel trading cards.
Is anyone annoyed that you're selling it without the holograms? Because I'm wondering if it would sell for more if you had the holograms in that set.
I don't know. I didn't try. I separated them.
Okay, you're just like just separating them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
$199.
I'm saying the set sells less than the holograms. I'm gonna say it sold for $85.
We have $199 and we have $85.
I'm just making shit up. I have no idea. But whatever.
Let's see. Andrew says $67 and Anthony says $300.
Oh, there's no way it's selling for $300. That would be insane.
I don't know.
There's no way.
Some of this stuff has gone way higher than I thought.
There's no way it can sell for as much as you can get like a telemarketing call for. Class action.
The holograms are worth way more than the actual cards. The set went for $56.01.
Okay. 1 penny, huh?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So the holograms are really where it was at.
Yeah, the holograms are where it's at. Those are pretty rare.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
At any point, would you have an interest in drinking non-alcoholic gin?
No.
No, I don't have an interest in drinking alcoholic gin.
Yeah. But non-alcoholic gin doesn't appeal to you? Like all those drinks you want to have with gin, the gin flavor, but without the gin alcohol?
No.
That makes no sense. That's like
This was a Facebook ad I saw and clicked on. It's for something like not zero alcohol gin. And they're talking about you can have all the gin drinks you want without that alcohol.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That sounds.
They said it's called Monday, and they said treat Monday like your favorite
I mean, I
premium
guess-
gin and pour accordingly. Follow
guess
your
if you-
favorite drink recipes to tea, swapping us. I mean, first of all, gin on its own tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. I mean, unless someone's like maybe like a recovering alcoholic and they like the taste of gin or something.
Yeah, they say here also like whether you're a paleo, keto, gluten free, low carb. I mean, they just say whether you're a fucking recovering alcoholic who can't just like get this fucking needs gin.
Yeah, that's the only market of
That's
this.
the only. Who the fuck would you ever like? Be like go to someone's place and they're like, "That's gin and tonic." You know, you taste it. It tastes like gin and tonic, but there's no actual alcohol in it. You'd be like,
I just like spit it out. Be like, what the fuck, man?
I'm never coming to your house again. Just fuck up.
Yeah, that's probably the last liquor I would ever want.
I mean, there are
not
liquors that
alcohol.
I maybe consider, but
Would you have non-alcohol? I mean, is there any?
yeah, most of them.
I barely understand non-alcoholic beer, but would you have non-alcoholic tequila or non-alcoholic vodka?
No, not really. I mean, I think rum is the only one, maybe.
Really? Like none of this stuff tastes good. I don't mind drinking it, but like I'm like, but I wouldn't want to have like no alcohol.
Yeah, no, probably not even that. Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Kind of defeats the purpose.
Hmm.
And like the harder the alcohol, the more the taste is like the actual alcohol. I mean, there's other stuff, but like vodka. I don't know what non-alcoholic vodka would taste like. It's really just.
I assume they try to mimic the taste, but then like alcohol is what you're tasting.
Yeah, I think vodka's like doesn't taste like a whole lot besides alcohol.
It's not like gin tastes like you're like, oh, I wish I could get a gin flavored Starburst.
I mean, I guess it tastes like the stuff it's made in. You know, like it has its unique flavors, I guess. But they're not great.
I mean, I guess like I bet a high end gin. I just still tastes like shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you giving out the doc? You give out the COVID vaccine there?
Yeah.
At your hospital?
Well, yeah, but I mean, at this point, if you haven't gotten it, you probably don't want it because it's been available for a long time. So
What do you guys do with the leftovers?
I mean, it's like an outpatient. I mean, it's not. I'm not really involved in it, but I have no idea what they're doing.
Because
I mean,
in San Diego, they're giving it to zoo animals.
Yeah.
Is that like do you think that like looks bad for us when we're like Africa and like South America are like, there's one vaccine for the entire 2 continents, and we're like, yeah, we had some leftovers. We're going to give it to the zoo animals. But you guys we didn't even know you guys wanted these.
It's a problem because like even if you want to send it somewhere, like once they're out, it's like by the time you get it somewhere, it would be not good anymore. So
We might as well just give it to the zoo animals.
yeah, but like I mean, at this point, we don't need as like most places barely need any.
Yeah. Jay, you got more items?
Yeah, we'll do one more. We can do this again if people like it because I have a lot. All right.
How many do you have?
I have like.
Wait. Doc, guess how many he has?
I don't know, 100, like 100 listings. Like
I'm going to say he has 75. I'm saying actually, he lined up for the show. He has 30 listings.
Yeah.
That about right?
Just about. Yeah.
How many do you have?
I don't know. I have 25 from eBay, and then I have like another dozen from Facebook.
Okay, give us an interesting one.
Okay. So this one is a little over 2,500 assorted trading cards. It has baseball, basketball, football, hockey, all different Fleer, Topps, Upper Deck, Don Russ, and then it has
What if you sold just like I think all it was like box of shit from when I was a kid?
that's pretty much.
You're like
what
you
this
won't
is.
know what's in there until you get it, but it's box of shit from when I was a kid.
That's pretty much what this is. It also
you know,
has,
Amazon does that. Like so, whenever people return stuff, everything goes to like this warehouse. Like it doesn't go back to where it came from, and then they sell off boxes of random shit for like a certain amount of money.
Really?
Yeah, there's like YouTube videos of people just buying random boxes and see what they'll give you like a list of like approximate descriptions, but you get like
Oh.
random stuff in it.
How do you buy box of shit from Amazon?
There are these websites. Well, you don't actually buy from Amazon because they sell it to a different company, and then the
Oh.
other companies put it on a website.
I bet those unboxing videos actually like make a
Yeah,
lot
like
of money.
I just happened to run across one of these unboxing videos. It was kind of interesting. Like it's just a bunch of people's like return shit and like you like
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you need a lot of space. Like if you don't have space, it's kind of not worth doing it. But
I mean, the toy unboxing, like the kid toy unboxing videos, make millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
so like they're basically selling it as a box of Amazon shit, basically.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, Jay, what do you got? Oh yeah. You said the box of the trading cards and stuff,
Right.
right?
It also has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Rocketeer, Addams Family, Terminator 2, Star Wars, and Alf trading cards.
Alf.
All between 1981 and 1994.
I'm gonna say it sold for 2,500 cards,
Yeah.
$120.
$180.
All right. 100. What did you say? 120?
I said 120 and
And I said
Doc said
180.
180.
120 and 180. This is for 2,500 cards.
Yes, worth less than the 5 holograms.
And so the correct answer is $40.
Wow, that's it. That's not worth keeping for all these years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Nobody wanted anything to do with any of this stuff.
Yeah, I can see that also because it's like
Well, a lot of people save this stuff thinking because it was like right after like other people were making money, and most of the stuff I have is like this.
well, it's also one thing to say like I have these 3 special cards. This is just like a box of crap.
Yeah, it was a box of crap, but still, I was expecting. I thought like maybe the Star Wars cards or something would have been enticing enough, but yeah, nobody
Well,
wanted.
they might. I mean, they might sell it, like find some stuff in your stuff, but I probably not. I
Is
guess.
that a Braveheart? Is that a Robin Hood card?
Robin Hood.
Oh,
It's
Prince of Thieves.
just
Wow.
random Rocketeer cards.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even notice the Alf card.
Yeah,
What's the one up above Robin Hood?
Terminator 2.
Oh, okay.
And below it is Addams Family, so
So this could have been yours for $40.01.
$40. Yep.
Everyone missed out.
So someone rented 30 years of space for like $40.
Yep.
You know what's funny? Jay was fine partying with this, but not his muscle men. The muscle men I gotta keep. Dad, I'm not gonna get rid of the muscle men. Just stop it.
You basically like just got them to like unload all that stuff for you. Basically like just get rid of this.
Yeah, I was like, here,
When-
you throw this out.
Does Kat ever get home and see you playing with the muscle men?
No, I know when she gets home. I put it away before.
He has a little bell.
You guys want to hear about this week's installment of Mark being cheap?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I got two. I got two of them for you. So we got a new car recently, and part of the car we were leasing. So part of the leasing is that we have to return the old car. And so, Doc, you have a car. How often do you get it washed?
Every couple months, probably.
So my thing on getting your car washed is that God washes it, so why should I?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the weather and stuff. Like if it rains a lot, then I don't do it as much.
I don't do it ever. I tell my wife we're not doing it, and that's it. Also, our kids like eat in the car, so the inside of the car like had become a disaster.
Yeah, I do it myself sometimes. Just like I like to do it sometimes.
Do you not
It's a nice day.
wash the car because you're saving up for Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4?
Apparently, yeah. So anyway, so I like before I returned the car, so I'd get like my deposit back, or just get just so they don't charge me. I took the car to get clean, and my wife's like, "You're finally fucking getting this car to get clean. The car is a disaster." And I get like I go there and I get like the full package,
The premium
like,
one, yeah.
Yeah, the premium, because like this is I had a car for 3 years. I'm getting it cleaned once. Might as well go premium. And when I get back and like my wife's like, "Oh yeah, it's actually looks really nice now. They cleaned it." She's like, "Yeah, it's like how much was it?" And in her mind, I was so against it. She was thinking that it was like really expensive. She was like, "What was it, a couple $100?" It's like,
It's like $40.
stop rooting. Stop rooting. she's like 150. I'm like, no. She's like, what was it, like $40? Could have been $40. She's like, I haven't had a clean car in 3 years for $40 fucking dollars. Yeah. Apparently it was $40. It was $45. I gave him a $5 tip. She's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, that's
You also could have bought a sponge for $3 and washed it yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, well, one day. And then we got a new car. And do you lease or own, Doc?
I own.
Okay, so we were leasing a car. And when you lease a car, you get a certain amount of miles.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so
that's why I don't lease, because I drive a lot and I would go over. That's why.
yeah, that's fine. So anyway, we had done previously 12,000 miles a year. It was 36,000 miles. With COVID, we didn't come close. I think we were at like 20,000 miles.
Oh yeah. COVID definitely lowered the amount of miles I had in my car.
Yeah, and so I was like, and the guy's like, well, why don't you just get less? You'll pay less. And I was like, yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. And so he was like, well, do 10,000 miles. Cut some money off the cost. And I was like, sure.
That's hard because yeah.
So then I'm like, sure. And I'm like, this is our third lease. And the other lease also, I don't think we got the 30,000 miles anyway.
Okay.
But and we're gonna be driving less. I'm like, we're gonna be driving less anyway. COVID's still going on. Whatever, 10,000 miles sounds good. And so we're going home, and I'm like, 10,000 miles. It's like 800 miles or a little bit over that for a month. It's really like 25 miles a day. And so now I've just been losing my mind, being like, my wife's like, I'm just gonna take the car to the store. I'm like, we have two cars. We have one car we own and this car. I'm like, just take the other car. She's like, well, I want to drive the new car. I'm like, just take the other one. I don't want to drive this because I want to get ahead on the miles. So I'm basically like, just calculating. I'm like, well, now we've driven 240 miles, but really, based on I should have only driven 225 miles, and now we have to not drive the car for a couple of days. So
What was the difference? What was the difference between 12,000 and 10,000?
It was like $16 a month.
Just get the 12. No, 10,000.
Well, it's already done now. I've already done.
Yeah.
Now I've locked myself into this. Now I'm just like,
Yeah, you should have asked me. I would have said never get the 10,000. That's
we're
that's
going
hard
away,
to do.
We're going away next weekend, and just like a couple hours from here. And I told my wife, I'm like, part of the deal getting 10,000 miles is like, you have to take the old car. I don't want to put too many miles in this car right away.
That's messed up.
She's like, are we ever going to drive the new car? I'm like, not for the first year. So I am basically obsessed now. Like every day I've been checking the mileage of the car. Be like, okay. Now I'm like, okay, I had 25 miles a day. And it's a little more than 25. And I'm like figuring out like, okay, here's where now I'm up a little bit.
You're doing leases wrong.
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
doing life wrong.
That's just wrong. The whole point of a lease is like you want to just use it.
My wife wants just like a new car every 3 years, which is fine, whatever.
No, leases are fine. It's just
This is not the way to use it. Not to obsess over the mileage.
You're like you're like babying the car by not using it. You might as well have owned it.
My wife went to the she was like she had to go around to go to Party City tonight, and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. She's going to give me shit for it if I say something. And I'm like, then she leaves. And I'm like, shit, she took the new car. Fuck, she took the new car.
When
Plus,
she got
if you
when
go
she got
over,
home,
I mean, unless it's a lot of miles over, it's not a big deal.
I also don't. We don't use the car. Like, there's probably no chance that we'll actually go over. But I'm obsessed with this right now.
when she got home, you ran outside with your little notepad and logged the miles she drove.
I did look at the mileage after.
Are you gonna, if you go like really over, like you should put that one of those like when they get a parking ticket things on the car, like the lock
boot,
on
a big boot.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't seem to. Why is there a boot on our car in the garage? Well, it's like 25. That was like 15 cents a mile, and we just can't afford that, honey. Let's just take the old car.
If we do another brink bracket, Mark mileage is definitely going to be on.
I've been really obsessed with this. I can't even stop myself from like thinking about it.
That is like the dumbest thing to waste brain energy on.
We're going to like her sister's, and I'm like, God damn, why does her sister have to live 23 miles away? This is too far.
All right, we're going to have to sleep over because we can't get back on the mileage.
I need, you understand, we have to allocate the rest of the mileage for the next day, honey. So we have to stay.
My friend at work went I don't know what he was thinking. He drives a lot, like, because he drives from far away, and he went like way over on his miles, and I think he ended up having to like make a deal with the dealer.
You could always buy the car. You buy the car at the end, then
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And meanwhile, our second car, we've had that car for 6 years. We've used about 37,000 miles in 6 years.
Oh yeah, so you're not going to go over.
So we're not going to go over.
Yeah,
I know.
So just stop thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know why. The other car we used to come like, I think our first list we ended up around 30,000. But now I'm just going to be obsessed with it. So Jay, if I come visit your place, I'm going to come in my old car. And we went out with friends last weekend, and they wanted us to drive to pick them up, which is fine. But it's like, we can take the old car if you want. I'm like, no, I know you want to take the new car. We'll take the new car.
Mark, there's so much stuff to argue about as a couple. Like this is like
we're not arguing about it.
I'm just saying like this is not something that is worth it really.
I'm keeping this all. This is more an internal monologue I have going on. I'm not like voicing this to my wife. I'm just like,
she knows you're thinking it though.
Yeah. For next week when we go away, we're gonna take the old car.
This is the beginning of Mark's slow descent into madness.
That's what's going on with me. What's going on? What else is going on?
I want mileage updates on next episode because this is hilarious.
Actually,
I think I was at
a diagram.
I think I was we were at 307 miles, and I think based on my math, we could be at 325 is what our limit was so far. If we just don't drive the car tomorrow, it'll be at 350.
Wait, per week or per
day? You get 25 miles per day based on the math. And obviously, that's exactly how I just broke it down basically.
Can you bring in your spreadsheet? We could you could present it every week. We can do the mileage watch together.
Meanwhile, if you go over by like 50 miles, it's like barely any. It's like nothing.
Right. If I go over by 1,000 miles, it'd be kind of annoying. And if I'm over by 5,000 miles, we'll just buy the car. That'll be the solution.
We have an email.
Okay.
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, I keep hearing about root beer in American TV shows, which isn't a thing here. Do you guys drink it? After some Googling, I think it's called sarsaparilla here."
Oh, I've heard that phrase sarsaparilla on a Western.
Yeah, The Big Lebowski too.
Oh yes. When I was a round little kid, I used to love root beer.
Yeah, root beer is good, but it's like a bazillion calories. I mean, it's like
any soda is terrible for you. But
it seems it's even more sugar.
So do you guys regularly drink soda?
No, I stopped a while ago. I used to drink so much.
I used to drink a ton of Dr. Pepper, but when I stopped drinking caffeine, I stopped drinking soda too.
It's weird because like Dr. Pepper is like from a doctor. You think that'd be good for you?
You would think. I do like root beer. There's also a beer called Not Your Father's Root Beer, and it tastes exactly like root beer, but it's alcoholic.
I've tried that, and that's pretty good. It's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, root beer's good. I like cream soda better than root beer, but root beer is good.
I would, if we're gonna do the brackets, I would take root beer over cream soda. Doc.
That's close. I like both of them. I just cream soda because it's like not something I have all the time, I guess. Well, I don't have root beer either, but
Yeah, I was gonna say you just said.
but I feel like I used to drink root beer. You know, like I've drank root beer a lot when I was younger, whereas cream soda, I don't think I ever had.
If you were gonna rank sodas, I kind of just stopped drinking soda. But if you're gonna rank them, like tastiest soda, what would you put? What would your number one be?
Andrew said Dr. Pepper is hard to find in Australia.
Do they have what's the other one, Mr. Pibb?
Mm-hmm.
Like the knockoff version?
There was a Pathmark near me when I was growing up, and they had Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder.
Okay, so rankings.
Ranking. So you just your what's the best? For me, I would say root beer is the tastiest of the sodas.
I'm weird. Like I know a lot of people don't like orange soda, but I like orange soda.
I'd say orange soda is like the last, like the
Yeah, I
absolute
know.
bottom.
A lot of
for me.
people hate it. A lot of people hate it. For some reason, I like it.
I might drink my own urine before I have the orange soda.
For me, it's Dr. Pepper by a landslide.
I mean, I guess it sounds like you've been up. Okay, I'd say my number two would be 7-Up.
Okay. I'm a Sprite guy. I might go Sprite at number two.
You seem like a Sprite guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like you'd be like that. That's kind of you.
I think I just like regular. I would just go with regular Coke probably. That's my second.
I never really liked Coke that much. I think majority of the Coke I've drank in my life has involved alcohol.
Yeah, I guess like I like it as. I mean, probably a lot more. Well, when I was younger, I used to just drink Coke, but now, you know.
Why did rum and root beer ever catch on?
I don't know. When
They never really like. You
I
really,
don't think I've ever had it.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking of a drink that like something alcohol would go with it. You know, at a bar you can get rum and Coke, and that's it. The other sodas just don't really do well in alcohol. Like they don't do well as far as being sold.
I think some of them work. I think I had
A 7 and 7.
Well, yeah, but that's like
Captain Morgan goes good with ginger ale. When I was in college, Jolt Cola came out with a whole bunch of different flavors, and each one went perfectly with a different kind of alcohol. So I did drink gin for a little bit when they came out with the grape Jolt Cola.
You know, in Europe they like mix beer with like orange soda. Like they do all sorts of weird combinations with soda, and I mean I tried it. It was not as bad as like I thought it was okay, but it sounds like not great, but.
Yeah,
actually,
it sounds worse than. It sounds like it tastes worse than the actual beer.
yeah, but their beer isn't like they don't have like a lot of preservatives in it and stuff, so it's like it just kind of tastes like whatever soda it is, and
Okay.
it's not as bad as you would think. It's interesting.
So I finished my top 5 with cream soda, orange soda, and then Coke.
Okay, I would do cream soda.
So I guess root beer would be 6th.
Yeah, I don't. I guess Sprite and 7-Up are kind of the same. So I feel like that should be separate.
Yeah.
I guess my 4th would be Dr. Pepper, and my 5th would be what the fuck else is there?
Yeah, I would finish cream soda, root beer, and I like root beer better than Dr. Pepper, I think.
All right.
Okay.
He also writes, do you have ginger beer there? If you can find the Bundaberg brand, which is Australian, that stuff is the best.
We do have ginger beer.
We do.
Ginger beer. I like things with ginger. So
We do have ginger beer.
Oh,
here.
actually, ginger ale I don't mind actually, but I guess I don't know where I would rank it.
I feel like ginger ale is only time I really had it was like, oh, your
sick.
stomach hurts.
Yeah,
Like have some,
yeah.
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 But you know, a lot of the ginger ales don't have any ginger in it, and that's really supposed to make your stomach better. So it's like it's just really soda.
Since I stopped drinking caffeine, I drink my Captain Morgan with ginger ale. But yes,
I need to stop drinking caffeine.
I actually like I like ginger ale better than Sprite or 7-Up.
But I do have ginger beer if I make like a dark and stormy.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want one right now.
Jay, can you make one for us?
Yeah, you
yeah.
send it over Zoom.
I actually have.
If we
the
come to
ingredients
your
for it.
place, can you make us a dark and stormy?
Yeah, I have the ingredients for it.
Awesome.
So that is our email. Thank you, Lorenzo. Anthony says Mountain Dew is the best. We didn't even include Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah. I'd say it's still not in the top 5, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, not for me either. It's all right. Do you remember Surge?
Yeah. I remember in college, did you guys have like the trucks they were giving it away for free and stuff?
No, but there was a vending machine, and they had that like the bottle cap thing, and like under it you could win a free Surge. And I swear, almost 100% of the time I bought a Surge, I won a Surge.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Oh,
They were doing some kind of promotion, I think, one of the years in college, and we got a bunch of it like for free. We were like jumping off walls and stuff.
I mean, Surge was pretty much Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah, basically.
And on Facebook, Andrew writes, top 3 ways. Oh, yeah, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew's I don't know if my top 5. Andrew writes, top 3 ways to eat a banana.
I don't understand.
You know, I've been.
I'm going to say first way is you peel it, but not fully, and you bite it.
I see. Okay.
The second way is you cut it up and you put it in your cereal. And my third way is you blow it.
I've been actually making peanut butter and banana sandwiches, and they're good.
That actually is not bad. I've
put
done
it
that
in a
before.
blender and mix it with something else.
Banana,
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to eat a banana.
banana splits.
Also cut it up, put it in the freezer. Frozen bananas are pretty good.
I haven't done that.
You should try it. Also, up your butt is another way to do it. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways. Patrick writes, top 3 horror movie characters would need to go, in his mind, Norman Bates is 1, Michael Myers is 2, number 3 is Hannibal Lecter.
All right. It's a decent list. I like it.
Okay. Is you make any changes to that?
I would make 3 changes to that.
Okay, cool.
I would completely change that.
Yeah, so Doc, I guarantee Jay is going to give characters from obscure movies that no one's ever heard of.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to go with, like,
I'm going to, by the way, my number 1 is Jay's Muscle Guys.
Yeah, I'm not like super into horror. Like, I don't think I really have a list on this.
I'm going to actually guess who you're going to put in there, Jack. Can I make a real guess?
Sure.
Jigsaw?
That is my number 2, yes.
Oh, nailed it. I'm also going to guess who's the character from Silent Hill?
I don't know. I only played the first 10 minutes. I didn't like the tank controls.
You can't tell because it's PlayStation 2 and everything looks like a box.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What are the other horror? What was the one where the character came out of the TV? You watched that video?
Nightmare on Elm Street? Oh, The Grudge.
No, not The Grudge. The one, the American version of that.
It was also called The Grudge.
Oh, was it called The Grudge? Then what am I thinking of? Where you watch some video and then within 24 hours you die.
The Ring, The Eye.
Yeah, The Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah, I was thinking of The Ring. Yeah.
I guess this is not going to be your. I don't know. What are the other 2, Jay?
Freddy Krueger.
Oh, Freddy Krueger, obviously. And Jason?
No. Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I was gonna say someone from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know the names.
Yeah, those are all pretty good ones. Hannibal Lecter's a pretty good one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Norman Bates and Michael Myers. I don't think I'd put on my list. But I do. I like your list, Jay.
Thank you. He likes the silent killers.
Silent but deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that Twitter got rid of fleets?
Oh man.
Do you guys know what fleets are?
No.
No.
So instead of sending a tweet, which just stays there, a fleet is a tweet that goes away.
Oh, it's like a.
It's like an Instagram.
It's gone
or
like a
Facebook
day,
story.
basically. I don't know how exactly long.
Yeah, it's like an Instagram or a Facebook story, and I don't click on people's stories either.
The Twitter's theory was there was a whole bunch of people on the sidelines on Twitter who weren't posting because they were worried about their conversations being found later. And also, you can just take a screenshot at any time and just fuck someone.
Or you could just not post terrible things on Twitter.
Yeah. So it turns out no one gave a shit about fleets. And like an actual fleet, they just went away.
I mean, yeah, I that's something I never would have used like ever.
My thing on like social media is like if you're gonna have a career in anything, you should just like not be on it. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like even stuff you think might be normal, like someone can construe it as one way or the other, and it's just not.
Yeah,
worth
I've been
it.
posting like nothing but memes on Facebook now because like everything else pisses everybody off.
I'm going to go through my other stories of the week and we'll go through them quickly.
Okay.
There's a story apparently Joe Biden clone conspiracy spreads on Facebook. There's a bunch of people in QAnon that think Joe Biden's a clone.
That's funny because when Trump was president, there was Melania was a clone. Was the story going around?
This was a bit older, but IKEA celebrated. You guys know the holiday of Juneteenth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay, what does Juneteenth celebrate? Let's see, put you on the spot.
it's when slaves got their freedom.
Okay. It was when the news reached Texas. They're the last state to find the last of the slaves were freed.
I'm shocked that Texas was the last place to do that.
Yes, and they've been trying to reverse it ever since. So IKEA employees were furious that IKEA celebrated that day with a menu that included watermelon and fried chicken.
Did they have grape soda too?
Yes. Also, in other news, in Australia, this is for our Australian audience.
AKA our entire audience.
Yes, parents are being urged to ask for their baby's permission before they change their nappy, which I guess means their diaper. A national child care chain is encouraging more mothers and fathers to ask for consent and show respect right from birth.
What?
This is going under the assumption that babies are born knowing the English language.
Or can give consent.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. That's not crazy at all.
Babies can barely see when they're born. They can't see. They
How
can't.
about this? If you can't lift your head up, you have to do stuff for them.
Also, Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, or the CEO, whatever. I think he actually stepped down, but
Yeah.
he is building a 10,000-year clock inside of a mountain.
He's really bored, huh?
Yes. So the clock will tell time for the next 10,000 years. It has cost $42 million so far. The clock ticks once per year and chimes once per millennium.
Okay, but why?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. There was just an idea someone came up with, and he's paying for it. I'm not saying that when people say taxes aren't high enough or are too high, I point to this story and just say, can we just take his $42 million and use it elsewhere?
God, Jesus Christ.
Also, Subway, the restaurant, they are being accused. First of all, there's a whole rumor thing going on where their tuna is not real tuna.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I have.
But they are redoing their stores because they found people don't like Subway anymore.
Yeah, I've noticed every time I pass the subway, there's been like nobody in it.
They were huge for a while. Do you know what there was an event that happened that kind of I'm not saying this caused their downfall, but this event happened. They've been going downhill ever since.
Could it be their spokesman being a pedophile?
Yes, but I think if they still had him, they'd be doing better. Like ever since Jared, basically the Jared scandal, they've just been going downhill.
I mean, they're really good if you want a cold cut sandwich that's 99% bread.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of bread. And
And
apparently,
And I felt like their meat was like not really meat. Like just by eating it didn't seem like
It's like
real food.
meat.
so this article, I'm
shaped
not sure
product.
where there's at least one country that basically, here. An Ireland Supreme Court ruled last year that its bread had too much sugar to be called bread.
Yes. Yep. I think we covered that story when it came out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
And apparently also they can't sell it for 5 foot, they can't do the 5 foot, $5 foot long because it's cost too much for people. Like they lose money on that now.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was the price like 20 years ago. It makes sense.
Also in news, people have been dumping their pet goldfish into lakes, and now there are
Oh, I've seen
goldfish
those.
that are size of footballs.
Yeah, goldfish just get bigger and bigger, like if they have infinite food.
Yeah, so the gigantic goldfish, because they get dumped into lakes, but there's no natural predators, and then you have fucking giant goldfish.
So people were dumping live goldfish, I guess.
Well, they like you got a goldfish at a fair or something like that. You're like, I don't want a fucking goldfish, and so they dump it like into the lake because they're like, oh well, be free, and now you have a giant goldfish.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
And apparently they're messing with it in Minneapolis. They're messing with the ecosystem, and then like at least one lake where the officials are like, please stop fucking dumping your goldfish. You're screwing up the lake.
I've never won a goldfish and said, let me drive to a lake.
Yeah, usually you drive to a toilet.
That's
Or-
much easier.
Or you know what?
Eventually it gets to some water.
Or you just put it in a bowl. The thing dies in like 2 days anyway.
Yeah. And my last story of the week, our last news story, the NFL pledges to halt race norming practice. Apparently, so a while back, the NFL had a big settlement for over concussions, and they basically pledged a large fund. And basically, if you were a player and you suffered a concussion and you had brain injuries as a result of this, you were able to get money from this fund. So if you're a retired player, you said I had a bunch of concussions, and I was injured by this, and now I'm having degenerative brain disorder. I should get money. You have to apply, and they test you. And apparently, for the African American, for their black players, they were holding them to a different standard. They were basically like, no, you have to basically show your brain functions less than other players because we just think less of your. They were like basically the white players would be held to a higher standard basically than the black players.
So the NFL was like, we don't have enough PR problems.
Well, basically they were like when you show that your brain has generated. For the white players, they were like, okay, you've shown it. For the black players, they're like, I don't know if it wasn't there already.
that wasn't the brain damage.
They're like, that's just how there's a difference. I'm sorry. That's so
racist. That's horrible.
Yeah. So that was that didn't go over well either.
I'm going to go with not a good look.
Yeah.
Not a good look at all. Not a good look.
What a terrible idea.
Most things, yes. Most things, yes.
Jesus Christ. Every time you think we're making progress as a country.
So, Doc, I have a question for you. How concerned should we be of the Delta variant?
Well, like immediately, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't be. But I'm a little more concerned. Like, it's going to mutate into something else if people keep getting it. So I'm a little concerned that it's like down the line, it'll become better.
So you've heard it here first. Humanity is fucked.
I think it's like if you're vaccinated, you don't have to be as afraid. But I think it just.
If you were going to bet on like something to wipe us out, would you bet on COVID? Would you bet on the wildfires? Would you bet on climate change? Would you bet on just nuclear war for no good reason?
Well, I think climate change is going to happen. Like that's going to start affecting us a lot more in coming years. But I think it's going to be like I think COVID was bad, but I think there could be another one.
Oh, damn. Andrew's back in lockdown because of it.
What?
Oh shit! Really? Is it? It's not. I guess it's not going well in Australia. Andrew? Is the vaccine rate high in Australia?
I like how you're waiting. Like,
yeah, I don't know why I'm waiting for an answer.
So I think the problem with like Australia and New Zealand is like they never got like because they kind of like stopped it from coming in and they suppressed it. So still like their population is most of it's like not seen it before. So unless you have like 100% vaccination, they're going to be very vulnerable to
he
getting
said
it.
no because it's not an emergency.
Say again?
He said no because it's not an emergency.
You know you're saying that the vaccine rate's not high there?
Right.
Oh God.
Well, that's the problem is like, you know how like when it first came here, like no one had been exposed to it. Like they're just like it's bad that a lot of people got it here, but it's good in some ways because if you haven't had the vaccine, you might have had it exposed to it already.
So it's a big part of our country that's not getting it, basically, the vaccine, because there's microchips or whatever hell. So the other day I think it was Monday, the stock market dropped dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's like, this is perfect because this will get people to get the vaccine. This will actually take action. If the stock market drops, then our government will actually take some action. So that happened. And then the same day, some major member of Congress, a Republican, announced that he got the vaccine. I think Sean Hannity went on TV telling everyone how serious that COVID actually is really serious and people need to take it seriously.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's all you need. If the stock market drops, people will get the vaccine.
Yep,
That's
follow the money.
I had one more thing I wanted to mention. Would you guys be annoyed? So think back when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be upset? So you're a kid, but Facebook exists, and your mom goes on Facebook and says, "Hey, I found I want to let everyone know ticks are a problem. I found a tick in Doc's in privates." Would that be embarrassing to you as a 10-year-old?
I think embarrassing is an understatement. I think that would ruin my world.
Yeah, I guess as a kid, yeah.
I mean, so that really, like, I'm reading our like town Facebook group. Someone posts that, and then another person I know they and their kid's like 10. They respond. They're like, "Oh, so and so, he had it also in his jet." Like, I'm like, why the fuck are you posting these things?
Yeah, 10 years old. I mean, these kids, like, everyone's going to talk about them.
Yeah, I'd be like, well,
yeah.
I guess I'm getting beat up tomorrow. Thanks, Mom.
Hey, guys.
Well, maybe not because they don't want ticks.
I mean, yeah, it's good that it's good that
Maybe people will stay away from you.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just like at some point, can you not embarrass? Like, I think parents probably are embarrassing the shit out of their kids on Facebook these days.
Well, most kids aren't even on Facebook these days.
Yeah, I was just about to say, kids actually don't give a shit about Facebook.
Where are they? So where are the teenage kids? Where are they on?
Mostly Instagram.
Snapchat.
Okay.
Instagram and Snapchat, yeah. Yeah, because I went to my girlfriend's friend's party, and so I was like hanging out with the kids because like there's a lot of Thai people there, and I don't understand what they're talking about. So I
mean, like, if I was a kid, like, Facebook is not fun. Like, there's nothing fun on it.
Yeah. No,
like,
I'm an adult. It's not really fun.
No, I don't even go on Facebook anymore besides like getting a message here and there.
You know, I was asking them, and they're like, "Yeah, all the parents are on Facebook, so we don't want to be on there with them." So they all moved.
Plus, like,
Instagram.
you know, when Facebook first came out, it was like all about like stuff you liked and what you watched, and like like Facebook was about what people recommended, music, stuff like that. Now it's like
now it's just arguing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have to side though, as an adult, when an adult, you know how like someone would say to you as an adult, they'd be like, "I don't even own a TV." The new, I don't even know what to own a TV is. I'm not even on Facebook.
Andrew,
you're like, great, that's cool, whatever.
Andrew wants to know how long until Brink is on Snapchat.
Can we be on Snapchat? Is that a thing we can do?
I don't think it has a podcast section.
Well, why don't we be on the what's the thing my son won all that money on?
Isn't it?
It's Snapchat, but there's like a thing called Spotlight,
where
they're giving away $1 million a day for videos.
TikTok, right?
It's like TikTok. It's the same idea.
Mm.
Jay, I don't know why you haven't been like making like videos all the time, just like entering them. You've had some free time. Like, why not just like film your cat and see what happens?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing to do with my time.
Jay says that, but like, if you got a check for like $900,000, you'd be like, "Oh, this sounds pretty good, actually."
Listen, he hasn't had time to play that game that he's been meaning to play on PlayStation 2. So...
That's true. He's been a busy man. I bet, so Jay, I would bet if you just make a video of you playing with your muscle men, you'd make a ton of money on Snapchat.
That might actually do pretty well.
What about your cat playing with muscle men?
I think you'd get more people than this podcast.
Absolutely. Like, not even close.
Maybe I could do an unboxing of like my kids' toys that are still at my dad's house.
You should do it. Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't even know what's in them, so I could be like, "Oh, look."
What do you have at your dad's house?
I have 3 boxes of toys. I know one box is He-Man, one box is Star Wars, and I don't know what the third box is at all.
Ooh, mystery.
Do you want to just do that on the show, an unboxing?
My Little Pony.
I'm guessing is probably like Transformers and GoBots. That's my guess.
You have a lot of stuff to sell.
Yeah, yeah. There's actually a new He-Man show that just Friday is launching on Netflix. So I got to go home and get that and put up my He-Man on eBay now.
By the way, I'd say the He-Man movie is an underrated movie.
I've never seen it.
Have you, Doc? Have you seen it?
I mean, I saw it when I was a kid. I obviously don't remember any of it.
No, but I mean the live action one.
The live action.
Yeah, there was a live action He-Man that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it had.
I mean, I haven't seen it in like 30 years.
It had like Dolph Lundgren in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw it. Like that was before, right?
Like this is like when we were like 10 years old.
Yeah. It was in the 80s.
I mean, I probably saw it then, but I don't remember it.
I remember my dad taking me to the movie and just like playing the whole time we were going. He's like, God, I can't wait to go see this movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I time with Dad.
I wanted to see that, and I wanted to see the Garbage Pail Kids movie, and I didn't get to see either one.
I think I did see the He-Man movie. I just don't remember anything about it.
Oh, I found my Garbage Pail Kids too.
Oh, those might sell for something.
Yeah.
I remember like everyone went nuts for those like when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like my cousins like they had a bunch of them and then they got sick of them, so they gave me a bunch, and I was like, it made me so happy. Like they gave me their like discarded like boxes of this like these cards.
Oh damn, they're still making them, but they're still coming out with them. By the way,
They're still coming.
yeah.
If you can, Google Poppets. Popits.
I know Poppets.
Yeah, they're huge now for these kids.
Yeah, no, all the kids had them at that party.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's like really into them now, and like all her friends are, and they trade them, and they're like all these.
I feel like there's always got to be something, right? Like it's like they're just gonna pick something and it's gonna go crazy.
It's just like, yeah, out of nowhere. Like I hadn't even heard them a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Now like they're like exploding.
I mean, I think like with kids, there's always like a fad that's going around, and everyone's got to have it.
I don't understand how my kid like I don't know how my daughter like my son was a little bit into it also, but like I don't know how they even find out about this stuff.
I mean, objectively, like all these fads, like the Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, it is pretty dumb, but like,
Of course,
there's always it's like, I'm sure our parents are like, what the hell? Why are they so obsessed with this stuff?
So
what was I gonna say?
Anthony and Andrew are coming up with ideas for my TikTok channel, and Anthony said naked Jay playing with muscle men, and Andrew said, how many muscle men can Jay glue to his body?
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm not going to watch that, but someone will watch it.
I think that's amazing. Actually, do you have how many muscle men do you have, Jay?
I don't think I have nearly enough. Anthony's guessing 347.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. You just put that on YouTube. How many muscle men can I glue to my body?
How to get a lot of hits and lower your self-esteem all in the same.
Holy shit!
And then and then I'll lose 20 pounds and do the experiment again and see how many less.
Or gain a bunch of weight and see if you could have put more on.
So my son is really into this YouTube guy called Mr. Beast, and I think like he was doing videos for a while. The big he had this big video that broke through for him was him, I think, counting to like 1 million over like 8 hours, something like that, or 15. It was some kind of crazy like long video where he counted to 1 million, and then he became like a star from there. So I really think if Jay just glues muscle men to his body, he'll take off.
It was that easy, Jay. You should have done that from the beginning.
Jay, would you want to be rich off of gluing muscle men to your body?
As long as I'm rich, I don't care.
What if you could make you put that video up and you'd make, let's not rich, let's just say like a decent amount of money. Would you do it $50,000? A video of you gluing muscle men to your body. You're just in your underwear.
I'm gonna say yes.
50.
I feel like Jay would say yes.
No,
Are you going to do this?
I'm trying to get a new job. I can't be like half naked gluing muscle men to my body.
It's true.
They're like,
They have to be more money.
You seem like a perfect candidate. Your face looks really familiar. Oh, wait. Oh, he's the guy. Okay, I'm sorry. It was a pleasure meeting you. Get out of my office.
Or maybe you'll get the job.
Okay, $200,000 for the muscle man.
You know what would happen? I would do it, and it would be like all our other YouTube videos, which have like 8 views.
Yeah, there'd be no reviews. You'd be like, why the fuck did I glue muscle men to my body?
I mean, I got excited the other day because one video I put up got 66 views because it was like quadruple what the normal view count is.
Andrew, do you let Jay know? I guess in the message bar in the chat room. Do you think a video of Jay covered in muscle men would do well? Andrew knows what works.
Yeah, I did a couple gaming streams solo, and they're getting like 3 to 5 views on YouTube.
3,000 to 5,000, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, the problem is like there's no way for anyone, like if you're not featured on anything, like no one's gonna find, like 3 to 5 views is basically like no one is just gonna randomly find you, because
Yeah. Yep.
So it's kind of like
Doc,
you have a video there, but no one can see it.
would you glue muscle men to Jay's body if you really wanted to do it?
Wait, what?
Would you be the person that glue muscle men to his body? Like,
No, why would I do that?
Well, I can't reach.
Jay,
My...
just like as a good friend, I want you to come over and
No.
glue muscle. Do you mind gluing muscle men to my body?
Wait, I don't get it. There's nothing in, like, what's the? It's gotta
Okay,
be-
Jay's not even gonna film it.
Well, I mean, I can't reach my back.
That's true. And Kat won't do it.
No, no.
Do you guys ever have a night? So I don't want to delve too much into this, but do you guys ever have some like special time together with the muscle men?
You're really into this whole muscle man.
Actually, it's Kat is his girlfriend is the one that is into them. Jay doesn't even know about it.
She has a secret stash.
She's like, Jay, glue the muscle men on. I want to get down and dirty.
Jay, if you started counting them, I bet there'd be one less every week.
Okay.
It'd be great if James had like a huge supply of them, and like when he meets someone, he'd be like, he's like, great meeting you, and he gives everyone like a muscle man. It's like a souvenir.
it's like his card.
yeah. He just hands out muscle men.
Next podcast meetup, I'll bring my muscle man.
A homeless guy in the streets like asking for money, and Jay's just like throws like a muscle man into his cup.
Babe, look, I got something
Look,
way better.
this is a lot, but you're worth it. This will get you something really nice.
Look, I have this turkey sandwich, or I have what's in the box.
Let's make a deal.
It's one purple muscle man. In the
Oh, that would be
box.
hilarious if that was like part of the "Let's Make a Deal" thing. Like that was.
Oh yeah, that'd be
one of the doors. There's just like a little muscle.
just the muscle man.
It's like the camera looks and it's just an empty room, and then it has to like zoom in. Like,
I kind of now want Jay to make an entire cable channel built around muscle men. All these game shows we can make with muscle men.
I mean, people who are into muscle men take it really seriously.
By people who are into it, you mean yourself?
No, you.
Who else? Is there a community of people that are into this?
Yeah,
No, there aren't.
yeah, there is.
I present as proof that there's a community into this.
You want evidence?
Yeah, that's what I meant. What else did I fucking mean?
Okay.
he's
You're gonna Google muscle men community?
searching on the interwebs.
No, I know they're.
By the way, when Jay searched for muscle men, it totally different came up.
Yeah. Yeah. How you gonna? Oh, you gotta put the dots in between, right?
Kat, I was doing research. No, I'm not. It was research. It was on. We were talking about it in the podcast.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Yeah, no, they.
Do you think you'd use Elmer's glue, or do you use would you use like a whatever strong, some kind of strong glue, super glue,
Yeah,
Gorilla
Elmer's
glue.
in it.
Gorilla glue,
Yeah, see, there's
muscle stuff?
there's people who are like really into the whole muscle thing.
Are you sure this is not like an Onion website?
Yeah, this website costs
Can
like
you
$3.
can you read from this website? it's hard for us to like. You're for the air. Just read us a little bit, like an excerpt from this.
Yeah, this is the muscle website, and there's super rare muscles, and
Read the first paragraph.
This is just like some guy's tripod website. It's like
This is not like a very expensive website.
no, yeah, no, I'm not going to read from this website.
Just read. Just read. You're not going to read from your Bible.
No, I'm not going.
Read a passage for us, Jay.
he has it memorized. He doesn't have to read.
Okay, I think we're out of time.
Mark can just do this for another 2 hours,
Yeah.
so I think we're gonna have to stop this.
Jay, do you think we'd get more downloads if it was the Muscle Man show?
Stay tuned next week when we continue the Muscle Man saga.
The brink of muscle.
Muscle Men / mileage anxiety.
Have you thought about putting Muscle Man on the Brink T-shirt?
You know, I think that Trump website podcast thing was that was wrong. We should have just done this.
Yeah.
Do you know I get a friend request for J-Lo's? I mean, a join request for J-Lo's music almost every day now.
For J Love's music?
Yeah, the Facebook
Really?
the Facebook page is like
Oh, Jay loves music.
yeah. There's like
Oh.
there's like 140 people in the group now.
What about do you get a friend request for J Love Muscle Man? That's actually why are you posting it on there then?
Yeah, probably should start again.
Yeah, why not? Now that it's taking off, it's going viral.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't do quite as well as our Trump page though.
No, that site's blowing up.
Doc, you know our Trump page is over 2,000 people on it.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And the people on there like think it's like a real Trump site.
I think basically no one goes to the page. It just ends up in people's feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's enough people on there now. It's just showing up.
Yeah, it just shows up randomly in people's feeds. And they think this is like a real post. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking into the Zoom window, Anthony. It's telling me somebody's behind me.
Wait, what's going on?
No, Anthony's saying there's somebody behind me, but I'm looking into the Zoom window. Nice. Anyway,
What the hell are you talking about?
nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, are you talking to Jake? Can you do me a favor before the show ends?
Is your
Can
cat-
you
is
just
that your
take
cat?
can you just take a Muscle Man out and use your voice when you talk for it?
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.